The easiest way I find to explain what Travorium is and how it operates and what it does is to compare it with a platform that most of you are familiar with and used in the past, something like Booking.com or Expedia.com or Kayak. So if you ever use those platforms, you can now instead go on your own website of Travorium and book all the services that have to do with travel, but at a completely different price point, up to 70% less. So things like resorts, hotels, cruises, car rentals, excursions, parks, theater tickets, concert tickets, even down to movie theater tickets. You can now buy movie theater tickets through our website at a 40-50% discount. Okay? How is that possible? Well, it's important that you understand how we do that. Our business model is just different from the business model that Booking and Expedia use. They use a traditional business which says buy low and sell high, and the difference is your profit. That's how these companies exist. Travorium operates using a different business model. It gives you access to wholesale prices without making money on hotels and resorts, because Travorium makes money on membership fees. Hundreds of thousands of people all over the world pay monthly membership. And for that reason, Travorium can afford to give us access at wholesale prices. No different from Netflix or Amazon Prime. Same model, more of a 21st century model. And it's exciting because with this model, we have a chance in the next few years catch up and maybe become bigger than Booking. Imagine being at the right place at the right time, maybe for a lot of us for the first time. If you remember a few years ago, maybe over 10 years ago now, there was a company called Blockbuster, big company that rented videotapes. And then a company appeared called Netflix, and with a completely different model. And people said, who will pay a monthly fee to watch movies? I can go to Blockbuster and get any movie I want, pay $10 and come home and watch it. And what happened in the next few years? Yeah, Blockbuster disappeared. And Netflix now is a huge, huge company operating all over the world. The same thing is happening in tourism. Travorium is the Netflix of tourism industry. And we can be at the very beginning of its tremendous growth. That's why I'm so excited. Now, there's another difference between Travorium's model and Booking, is Travorium does not advertise at all. Booking or Expedia, doesn't matter. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on traditional advertisement, and Travorium doesn't spend a penny. Travorium pays us, its members, to spread the word. Best advertising is word of mouth, a recommendation of a satisfied client. Travorium tells us, guys, travel the world, enjoy, see the world at completely different prices. And if you like it, tell your friends, tell your family. And if they join, we will pay you for that. So that's what a lot of us chose to do, is to help Travorium grow, because it's an amazing, amazing club. And everything is very simple. That's what I like. It's very simple and transparent. Membership levels. Everybody wants to get right to that because everybody said, well, get to how much does it cost? So I put the slide at the very beginning to let you know what the cost is. We have 3 levels of membership, and I call them small, medium, and the one everybody gets. And the one that everybody gets is called Platinum. And the reason everybody gets it is because it's the best value for your money. And we have a mechanism where you can get these memberships for free. So if you can get something for free, wouldn't it make sense to get the best? So let me explain how this works. Platinum membership gives you access to all the perks, all the benefits that Travorium offers. We have several different platforms, and each one of those platforms operates differently, gives you different benefits. So Platinum gives you access to all 7 of them, gives you the deepest discounts that you can get, up to 80% on some of the platforms, and also awards you the highest number of bonus points. Every Platinum member every month gets 270 travel points. Those travel points, think of them as money that you can use on our sites for travel. And the cost of the Platinum membership is $269 one time, and then $135 per month, which you can easily get rid of if you want to. There's also Titanium. It's less money, but it's not as good. The discounts are not as good, and you only get 150 points a month, not 270. And the cost is 149 one time and 75 a month. There's also Silver. I really don't recommend Silver at all because it's very limited. It only gives you access to one platform out of 7 that we have, and also doesn't give you any travel points. Platinum is what most people get. I have 3 Platinum memberships in my family. I have one, my wife has one, and our daughter has one. Why? Because we get more travel points that way, and we get to travel more frequently that way. Okay, so it's a no-brainer, especially if you plan to get rid of the monthly payment. Like I said, why not have the best if you don't have to pay for it? It's only initial payment, and that's it. So before I get into how you get rid of the payment, there's another decision you need to make. In addition, I guess, to becoming a member of the club where you can save a lot of money, you can also become a partner of the club if you want to. This is optional. It's not mandatory. This is only if you want to make money with us. Money on travel is super awesome. But to become wealthy, you need to find a way to make money. And that's why I always like making a lot of money. And I always look for ways to do that. And when I saw Travorium, I clearly saw that there's an opportunity to do that here. So to become a partner with Travorium costs $100 per year. And for that, you get all the tools you need to run your own business. You get your own website, you get your back office, marketing, which is very strong, like these slides, for example, and videos that the company gives us. Very high quality, and also because we operate in more than 100 countries, these slides and videos that they give us to use exist in many different languages. And you get a turnkey business in the travel industry, which, by the way, don't overlook tremendous tax advantages that you have with being a 1099 business owner. 1099 is a type of income we get here in the United States. And it allows you to write off a lot of things as tax deduction. Now, if you decide to become a business partner with us, the first thing I suggest you should do, again, it's optional, you don't have to do this, but that's what I did. Use our referral program and invite people to get familiar with Travorium. And the minute 3 people join Travorium based on your invitation, you never have to pay a monthly fee ever again. And we'll teach you how to do that. The mistake would be for you to start explaining and selling this. And this is not for salespeople. There's no selling involved. You just invite people to see something that you are excited about. And once 3 people join, and by the way, in the process, you're going to make $50 for each person that you invite. So if you invite 3, you make $150. If you invite 4, you make $200, plus the monthly fee of $135 goes away. So let me summarize now. So what are the benefits of being a Travorium member? So obviously the first one is you now can book travel anytime, anywhere, no blackout dates, no restrictions. You can book the hotel for 2 nights even, like you can, and we've done that many times with my wife because we like traveling spontaneously. We're not good planners. So we drive somewhere, and then once we get to a point where we don't want to drive anymore, we get on the website and find a hotel nearby at a 50, 60, 70% discount, and an hour later, we're in bed sleeping. So that's the main benefit. Now, in addition to that, you get bonuses. You get bonus points that you can use right away. Starting month 1, you can use those points to get discounts on your travel, or you can let them accumulate. And as you save them up, you can get up to 2 vacations per year with a Platinum membership just using your points. Actually, in the first year of your membership, you get 3 vacations. And think of it this way. If you decided to use our referral program, those vacations are free because the points that you use to buy them are free. Or if you're not using the referral and you're paying for those points, you're basically every month putting away $135 towards your travel. So instead of travel now being a big expense that you need to go into debt for and the credit cards, you have the money saved up to use towards the travel. Either way, it's up to you how you use these points, whether you pay for them or you get them for free. I like getting them for free. And of course, the opportunity or the benefit of being able to earn money 24/7 from anywhere in the world while traveling, and the type of income, I'm going to show you and explain to you what residual income is. If you don't know, it'll blow you away. It's a life changer. So these are the benefits, and I'll show you examples. But before I do that, I want to give you a couple of facts about the company so you understand how stable and solid Travorium is. We're 12 years old. We started in California. David Hart and Adela Hart are the two people who started Travorium in 2013. And since then, we grew into over 100 countries on 5 continents. So if you still have a question, does this really work? Yes. In 12 years, tremendous growth from one town in California to over 100 countries. And the growth is just increasing in its rate. We're growing like wildfire. Last year, over 33,000 new customers. This year looks like we're going to double that, close to 60,000 customers in Travorium. So again, you're looking at this at the right time with the right people. There's an opportunity, a tremendous opportunity to build a huge business. The company is very stable. To me, that's very important. I'm building this for my kids and grandkids to pass to them the income stream that we built here because it's a willable and sellable asset. I have no intention of ever selling it. It would be silly to sell a cash cow like this, but I'm going to leave it to my kids and my grandkids. So obviously the company that I chose had to be stable and forward-looking and will be around for many generations to come. And when I sat down with David Hart and asked him a million questions, his answers satisfied me that this is the right place for me to build long-term. Now, let me give you a couple of examples of what our platforms and sites look like. So first one is easy to understand. Travel site is just like Booking or Expedia if you ever use them, only at a completely different prices because like I already explained, you have access to wholesale, not marked up retail prices. And you can book everything you can book through those sites. You can book here, hotels, resorts, cruises, car rentals, excursions. The interface looks like this, very familiar. And you can see we can even book flights on here. Now, I just want to give you a disclaimer. Flights are here mainly for convenience, so you can book the whole trip without leaving this platform. But the discounts you're going to get on airfares are not going to be anywhere near the discounts you get on everything else because there is no access to wholesale prices on airfares. Nobody has it. Even travel agents don't. So on everything else, you'll be saving a lot. On flights, you'll maybe save a little bit. We've been able to save a couple of $100 here and there. But again, no guarantees on flights. On everything else, I'll show you we actually have a guarantee on our prices being the lowest. But through this site, it's a very powerful site. You can book things like cruises, for example. And our cruises, you can book ocean cruises, river cruises, even yachts and small boats, these super luxury trips all over the world. I have friends who went on these small boats and yachts and they loved it. On weeks, weeks are, if you're familiar with timeshares, these are people who bought timeshares, which I never would. We, thank God, have nothing to do with timeshares, except we give you access on a couple of our platforms to these vacant apartments. People buy them emotionally. It's a very high pressure sale. I don't know if you've ever been to these, what I call them presentations, where it's very difficult for you to get up and leave. There's a team of 5 people aggressively selling you these timeshares. So people buy them and then they have no use for them. So they try to rent their weeks to fill them up with people. So that's how we get access to them for pennies on the dollar. So you can get weeks for under $4.99 in the best resorts in the world. You have resorts, you have weeks, premium weeks, holiday weeks. So a lot of variety here. Another site I like that we have here is called Marketplace. This is like an auction. Think of it as an eBay of travel. You can actually bid and bargain and negotiate the price that you get on your vacation. So that's why it says here, rent and bid on exclusive resort weeks. Stay where you want for the price you love. On all of this stuff, we have value guarantee. Value guarantee basically says that if you book something through here and then find a lower price anywhere else online, we'll refund you the difference plus additional 10%. So we give you a very solid ironclad guarantee that our prices are the lowest anywhere. Okay, so that's the travel site. Let me give you a couple of examples. There's this hotel I found on Expedia, very high-end hotel, 5-star, and it's expensive. 6 nights at that hotel on Expedia are $5,047. The same hotel on Travorium for the same nights, for the same dates, and the same type of room is $1,923. So imagine saving over $3,000 on one reservation. Do we always save you that much? No, it happens to be an expensive hotel. Let me show you a couple of other examples. So this is Sydney, Australia, Expedia 2,179, Where 1,640. Paris, France, Expedia 903, Where 521. Brussels, Belgium, Expedia 1330, Where 1,065. So you can see it's always several hundred, sometimes a couple of $1,000s in saving. Now let's switch hats. I'm going to show you a very different site where everything changes and everything works differently. Getaways. Again, this is a site where you can get access to timeshare apartments. Again, what are these? These are fully furnished luxury apartments with full kitchens, refrigerators, full-size stove, washer and dryer. But these are not Airbnb type apartments in somebody's home. No, these are luxury resorts, typically with restaurants, pools, sometimes water parks. And there are thousands of them all over the world in the most exotic destinations. And you get access to them for pennies on the dollar. Because on this website, I'll show you, you can use your bonus points. Remember the 270 travel points that you're getting every month? This is one of the sites where you can utilize those points. So let me show you, for example, you can go to Canary Islands, Spain, and spend 7 nights in a studio apartment and pay $7, not per night. You pay $7 for the whole stay, which is $1 per night. Plus tax. There's always plus tax. Tax on these are about 70 to 150 bucks, depending on the destination, depending on, the country or where the resort is. So $7 here. Let's look at this one, Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. 7 nights. This is a 1-bedroom apartment, $149 for the whole stay. Orlando, Florida. 7 nights in a 2-bedroom apartment. This is 5 minutes from Disney, $142. All these prices assume about 1,500 travel points. Now let's figure this out. So every month you get 270 travel points. As they accumulate, you can use them on this site to buy down the dollar prices to what you see here in red. If you don't have that many points, or you don't want to use that many points, you can use fewer points, but then the dollar amounts will be higher. You don't have to use any points at all. You can just pay in dollars, but then the few points you use, the more dollars it will cost you. Okay, I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions, again, write them into the chat. So that's the Getaway platform. Let's look yet on another platform, World Tours. Everything changes again. This is our signature platform. This is for those who like to travel in style. This is where you can go to 5-star and 5-star plus hotels and resorts. Sometimes it's 4-star, never less than 4. And again, this is especially curated trips to the best resorts and destinations in the world. The way Travorium does this, because Travorium has a lot of money, it buys out blocks of rooms a year in advance. If a hotel can sell 100 rooms or 200 rooms a year in advance and get fully paid, to them it's a godsend, because to them the most expensive room is vacant room. So with Travorium pays for everything up front, so a hotel gets fully paid, and they give us tremendous discounts in order to be able to do that. So here we get 80, 90% discounts. Plus, again, here you can use, remember those travel points? So you can again use them here to buy down the dollar prices even further. So as a result of that, here are the prices. But keep in mind, you here have to choose from what Travorium offers every month. There's 10 to 15 trips every month that Travorium offers, and you have to choose. So, for example, Venice, Italy, 5 days in a 5-star hotel with breakfast, with a Murano glass factory tour included, $199. And this is for 2 people, not per person. Let's look at another one. Dubai, 5-star hotel, 6 days with breakfast, $1. Montego Bay, Jamaica. This is a beautiful resort. I hate to see what's happening to Jamaica. I hope this resort is still standing. There's been a major disaster in Jamaica. But as an example, 5-star resort, 5 days, all-inclusive resort, $612. So you can see that this is something very unusual as far as these prices. Again, all these numbers in red assume about 1,600 points. If you use fewer points, those numbers will be higher. A couple of more examples. Here's one of the nicest hotels in Vegas, 5-star hotel, $19. 5-star hotel in Hawaii with breakfast, $499 for the whole stay. 5-star hotel in New York City with breakfast for 5 days, $399. So again, I want you to begin getting an appreciation for the membership in Travorium. Gives you tremendous value no matter how you travel, whether you travel spontaneously like we do, or you plan ahead, whether you are a thrifty traveler and you're looking for savings, you usually stay in less expensive hotels, or you like luxury and there's something here for everyone. Okay? Now, let's get into the money, how you can capitalize on this if you decide to. You can become just a traveler, just a customer, and enjoy this. Or you can help us grow and make money. So the compensation plan. First, let me address that the industry of tourism right now is the biggest and the fastest growing of all industries. Last year was $10 trillion. It's bigger than any industry you can think of, and it's growing. It's a business of dreams. It's easy to explain, fun to do. It's a very natural dinner table conversation. Inevitably, whenever you go out with friends, the conversation turns to, so where you planning to go? Where did you just come back from? And if you tell them, guys, we just returned from Dubai, where we spend a week for $1, I guarantee you there will be questions. And you just need to learn how to answer these questions correctly without getting into lengthy explanations. You just tell them, listen, I met some people who showed me this travel club. And if you want to know where they're doing a Zoom tomorrow, 8 o'clock, go and check it out. That's all you need to learn how to do. And we'll teach you, because it's training. And it's home-based business. The beauty of a home-based business is no risk, no employees to hire, no office space to rent. You do it on a very, very part-time basis, but it can become a complete game changer for you. So what we teach you here is something called residual income. Some people know it better as passive income. The definition of residual income is doing the work one time and getting paid for it over and over and over and over and over again. I never knew what residual income was until I met people who were living off that income, and they were willing to teach me and show me how to do this. Because I was very much looking for a better way to live and a better way to earn money, I grabbed onto this, and for the past 10 years, me and my family live a completely different life. Because if you think about it, right now you have to go to work, most of you, because you need the money. We all need the money to live on. But if you can uncouple the money from your time and make those two independent of each other, your life becomes free. Right now, you're not free because you have to go to work every day. And that was my life, most of my life. Only after I learned and implemented residual income, my life changed. And now my life is my own. Warren Buffett happens to be the fifth wealthiest man in the world, said if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. It hit me when I heard this phrase 14 years ago, it hit me pretty hard because that was me. That was my plan, work until I died. And I didn't want to work until I died, but I didn't know how. Now I learned and I can teach other people. So in Travorium, residual income is very simple. It's a very simple concept. I already mentioned to you our referral program. Remember, invite 3 people personally and never have to pay your monthly fee again. So this is how it works. When 3 people that you invite join Travorium, Travorium starts paying you a commission actually every day. We get paid daily. And you make $4.45 every day, which in 30 days becomes $135. Exactly the amount you need to pay for your own membership. So next time you need to pay your monthly fee, you no longer reach into your pocket and use your credit card. You use the money that Travorium just paid you. So that's how the membership is essentially free. But here's another thing that happens that's very important, and I want you to start. If you haven't been paying attention, guys, pay attention now. This is key. Travorium will compensate you for people who join Travorium, who not you personally invited. That's obvious. But when your people who you invited in turn invite their own people, you still make money. And they of course will, because they also want to travel, the people you invited. And they also want to get rid of their own $135 a month payment. So they're going to say, can I invite my friends and family so I don't have to pay? Yes, you can. So over time, these 3, not because of something you are doing, because of something they are doing, these 3 will turn into 16. And again, if those left team and right team are not clear, you've never done anything like this before, that's a technicality. We build 2 teams and we'll teach you how to do that. That's minor. The main thing is 16 people join Travorium, not based on your invitation. You invited 3 or 4 initially, and they each invited 2, 3, or 4. And when it becomes 16 total, you now make $10 every day, or $300 a month minimum. Then as the number of people grows, you start making $25 every day, or $750 a month minimum. Then $2,000 a month minimum. Then $3,000. And again, if you're still asking, where am I going to get all these people? You're missing the point. This is not you inviting all these people. This is your team, each one inviting several people, and this is how it grows. Here's an interesting position. The reason I'm saying interesting is because no matter how much money you're looking to make here, this is where the serious money starts, because Ambassador, first of all, makes $140 a day, which is over $4,000 a month. But in addition, Travorium will pay them bonuses. There's several bonus pools that open up. Average ambassador income in Travorium is about $10,000 to $12,000 every month. That's substantial no matter what your standards are, especially because this is in addition to what you're doing right now, to what you're making in your job or in your business. And if you love your job, you can keep it. It's just you're making $10,000 a month additional. If you don't love your job and you're only there because you have to, now you have freedom to choose. You no longer have to. You have additional money coming in, which probably is as much or more than what you're making on your job. So it's called freedom of choice. And that's what now you get, which right now, without the residual income, I'm guessing you don't have that freedom. You have to do what you have to do to make money. And in addition to the money, Travorium really spoils its ambassadors because it gives them gifts, Louis Vuitton shopping experience, Omega watches. It's a lifestyle to be tried. Travorium also will pay for your vacations because Travorium wants you all over the world on stage telling people your story, telling people how you became the ambassador and how, one night in October you listened to a Zoom, you decided to do it, and now a year later, or 2 years, or 5 years later, your life is completely different, and you inspire other people. That's what this business is based on. Other people inspiring each other. This is why I'm here, because I saw people who, you can say, inspired me. They blew me away when I saw their lifestyle. I've never seen anything like this. Money and time freedom together. That's why I'm here. And that's what ambassadors show to other people. So, and the ambassador is just the beginning of serious money. You can see as the number of people, there's a lot of numbers on this chart, but basically what it's showing is as number of people in the team grows, not that you invite more and more people. As this column here where it says nines, you need to invite 9 personal people in your career in Travorium. And with 9 people personally invited, you can grow to any rank, any income possible, with helping other people grow their businesses. So you can see that there's no limit on how much money can be made here. This is a recent picture. My wife and I were in Central Asia, where we have a team growing. And these are recent ambassadors in Travorium, people who became ambassador in the past 2 years. Different walks of life, different ages, different professions, nothing pretty much in common, except one thing. They wanted more out of life. They felt that they and their families deserved more out of life, and they grabbed onto Travorium as a system, as a mechanism to get them there. And it's just, they didn't give up, they didn't quit, they kept going, and they're ambassadors and they're free. And I can tell you, I know them all personally, nothing special, no special talents, no special skills, just desire to change their life. And the point is, anybody can do it. Anybody who wants to, who has that desire. So let's see if there's anything in chat. Somebody wrote something in the chat. Does the left-right sides have to be balanced? Yes, we get paid on the smallest. So if you, let's say, 1-star, a 2-star director, 25 people. So if you have 25 or 30 in one and 24 in the other, you're not a 2-star director yet. So they don't have to be balanced. It's just that you get paid on the smallest of the two. So if the requirement is 25, both have to be 25. One cannot be less than 25. You won't be able to keep them balanced. One will always get ahead because they depend not just on you. You'll always have somebody in one of the sides who's much more active, and they'll start blowing it up, and the one leg runs away. Your job is to help the people in the other leg to keep up and catch up to the one. So people, there's a lot here. Listen, it's a great profession. I've been doing this for 14 years. And I've tried lots of other things. I don't think there's a better profession than network marketer because of the many factors. Money is one of them, but the camaraderie, the team, the ability to help people is second to none. And of time freedom. So yeah, but there's a lot to learn, and obviously we'll teach you all of that. Are there all-inclusive tours and cruises offered on your site? Yeah, everything you can get on booking, you can get through Travorium. No exception. Cruises, all-inclusives, you name it. There's lots and lots of stuff. Again, that's why I think we're gonna become bigger than booking, because it's just a better model. Okay, guys, again, on that note, thank you so much. Hope to see you on the beaches of the world.